Let's check that everything is cool now. Um, it looks like it. I'm just trying to confirm that we're live for real. Because I had to restart the stream. It was messing up in the. My screen was frozen, so I had to restart my screen recorder. I hope you guys don't mind. I apologize for that. And now we're back in full force. DS931. I hope you're able to join back again. I appreciate you for joining. Um, and I appreciate everyone for supporting the cause. So basically, yeah, I was trying to demo to you that I'm contemplating on whether or not the table name should be made optional. I'm just by default make it the snake case of the struct name, which is what we're doing right now. Oh, welcome DS931. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Yeah, I was just saying, thanks for joining. Where are you chatting from? How did you find the channel? I'm just always curious, you know. And do you work with Rust? What did you find interesting in Rust? And hope you're finding my channel useful. It means a lot to me. So, like, I was just thinking that already by default, right, we are taking the snake case version of the struct, just to enforce like a kind of like consistency. So, for example, if you try to rename this something else, it's gonna be a problem because it expects you to, you see, it expects like it's expecting the snake case version of it. So already we are enforcing that, but it's telling you exactly what to use. Like it says you should use user because table name must be in snake case version, and it says that if you don't want to follow this convention, then you can use something like relax table name. So that's one thing. Then with that, of course, probably you want to do something like this because use is a valid Rust identifier. So you would want to do something like this. Relax table name. So by default, yeah, we could actually just do something like this. Then you don't have to specify that. You're just gonna know that. But the convention is that the table name is gonna be snake case version of the struct identifier, right? Um, but let me know what you think. Should we make it optional? Then in that case, if you're gonna specify it, it would only be necessary if you wanna like relax the table name. So you want your struct name to be different from your table name for whatever reason. So that's something I'm contemplating on. But for now, I think that's not very critical. Yeah. So I'm just gonna return the identifier directly. But for like posterity's sake, let me see how we're probably gonna be using this in a lot of places. But let's follow the Yagni principle, which means you aren't gonna need it. The reason I'm saying that is, if in the future we want to enforce or do some kind of validation, then we'd want to return results. But if we don't want to, like, if we want to make the table name such that you have to specify it every time, then it's gonna be required anyway, and we don't have to return the results because we don't need to do any validation when you return the table name. So, for whatever reason, I feel comfortable enough to know Yagni here. Let's see. I might change my mind. Although it might be misleading because you might be expecting that why I will return a result here. So right now, let's say um. Yep. So we have the table name, and yep. If we go to the ref node, let's go up here. So what I'm trying to do next is, currently I have my field derivation definition, and it's got let's see, probably like field receiver, right? Let's close every other stuff. We don't really care now. I mean, we do care, but we also don't care. So let's save everything. Let's save it out. But right now we've got like 242 lines. But it was actually a lot more than that. It was probably about over like maybe almost 2,000 lines. But I already deleted part of the code. So what I'm thinking now is, the nice thing about Rust is that, so you might have your struct defined, let's say in a file or in a module, but you can actually have the implementations like scattered around, not just within the file, but across modules and across files, as long as it's within the same crate. So for example, you could have a separate implementation block. Yeah, this is totally valid. You can say bamf or whatever, funcs bamf. This is totally valid in Rust. You can have it outside of the file. So one benefit of that is, if you're gonna be having a lot of function or a lot of method or associated functions, and it's getting too much, you can actually separate the implementations into like separate modules or files where they logically belong to. So for example, now I previously had something called ref node meta, and if we go down to ref node meta, I actually just added this. We have this struct called ref node meta. So basically, when you're referencing foreign nodes, directly linking to them or using like a bridge table, um, so you can think of a bridge table as, in a graph, that's like an edge. In a relational database, you can think of it at the fourth level normalization. You can think of it as a bridge table, right? Basically the connection. When you have this struct here, you've got all this method, and it's about 1,000 lines here. So what I'm thinking now is, basically this logically belongs to the field, and while we could have the separate reference node implementation here, I really am thinking that it might be better to have it as a method that says like get a reference field definition. So if we go to the parser, the field parser, I would say it's used somewhere. Yep. So we have the ref node meta, and you can have it converted from a link, basically to get the reference node metadata, and then you can get the definition for it. You can also have it from like a nested object, and let's bring this down. I need to abstract some of these things away. Let's go down. Let's also wrap this part. So basically, if you come down here, yep. You see, for relates, we just use the default, and for the link one, we use this closure that has this additional definition for the links, because this is a link, this is also a link when you're linking to the current struct, or when you're linking to a foreign table. This is also a link, right? Then we have nested objects. Nested object is basically an embedded object. Shai all Ganteng, what's good? How you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. And DS931 said that's neat. I appreciate that. Are you talking about having the implementation in multiple blocks? So we have also the nested array, and well, we have this. So for when the relation is none, you don't have any link to any foreign or whatever table. We check if it's a list, right? If it's a list, then we use this from simple array, otherwise default. So that's one thing I'm looking at. If it might make sense to have these as ref node, so we could do something like field receiver I mean, this is actually get field definition, and I guess it doesn't really matter as much as one might think. So you pass in some of the stuff. I guess it's actually not that big of a deal in my opinion. So we might as well just stick to what we had. So ref node meta. Okay. But one thing that would be nice to have, I think this just discarded some of the changes I made, but that's fine. So now this is ref node meta field receiver. That's good. But rather than passing out this, I think we can get this from the table attribute. And from the table attribute, we just say table derive. I wonder why. Oh, this has been deleted, and it should have been at least. So let's take that off. Let's delete it finally. It was renamed to ref node meta from ref node validation. So basically these we can get this from the table attributes. So for example, we have the struct name identifier can be gotten from, that's the table name. Then field name normalized, we can probably get that from the field receiver. So we can say field name normalized field receiver, or ref node meta field receiver. I could have just called that actually field attribute or field definition, whatever. We're trying to get the normalized identifier, and the struct level casing can be gotten from that. That's good. Let's be sure. Yep. So with that, we really don't need this table ident here. We don't need the struct name ident because we can all get them here, and we're not using that anyway. Then something else we need is the table. So we can say table. I guess that's the table name. And yep. Oh, we actually already have that up there. We can take this off. Normalized field doesn't implement. Interesting, because it's actually a struct, I believe so. So we've got like two stuff here, but one thing I would like to do here is actually, let's go to this definition. Normalized ident returns that normalized. Okay, one thing I would like to do is use a wrapper type around this. So I would call this field ident serialized and a string, then field ident the raw underscore underscore suffix. It's always nice to just use a wrapper pattern because it's going to just make everything a lot better. Yep. I can call this normalized field meta, and derive share equal and equal. Okay. Then yep. I guess we go to this. Okay. Maybe just better to put it here. Yep, that shouldn't work because convert from say string nah. Oh, why am I so clumsy now? Yep, so let's take that off and so ident to suffix, okay. And this returns an identifier, so we need to I can just do get DB type. If we're gonna get DB type, I guess we could just because it's not just the we're trying to also get the assertion, but the DB type shouldn't be optional, right? Anyway, we can do type. I previously had this, but I deleted it. That's fine. Default for DB type. Fair enough. Implement. Yeah, I think any would be a fair default. Or could none? Yeah, any is a good default. Or should we just enforce? I don't know. That way we could probably just put it here since we have it in. Yep. Now we're starting to get into a better territory because everything is now better statically typed. So even this we could use static assertion token and scan down to that. Yep, we are gonna add some static assertions here. Yep, that's probably fine. So this is if the user explicitly specifies the type. Uh, so let's actually check if that's the case. Where's this used? First, I'm gonna delete that. So if it's just in just a place, we might as well just take these and get DB type with assertions. So if that's explicit, we do that. We had then field. Okay, that's what we're doing there. If it's explicit, otherwise, let's say if explicit. Oh yes, so if it's provided, if it's not provided, we bark. But we also want to infer. We also want to infer that. So let's see. If we go to the fallback, concrete type. Let's cool down a little bit. Value. Concrete DB type, then this would be the item. Should I separate that DB type? Array item. For now, let's just use DB type token. By the way, have you tried this new Rust ID from JetBrains? No, I haven't. What ID is that? I think I heard about it. Is it Fleet or Float or something? And what does it offer something unique that you think might be beneficial? Because I've been trying to move away from IDEs and just I'm using just this editor, and it seems to do most of the things I need now. And just the fact that I know that the whatever muscle memory I develop and like the shortcuts I memorize are like mostly standard, and even the ones that are not like standard are conventional now. It's Rust Rover. No, I haven't. I haven't tried it. Let me check it. Rust Rover. Rust Rover. Let me check it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what they have. Okay, I have something that does that for me in new Vim. If you mention something, can we go back? Let's see. Let's go back. If you mention something new in your code, imports are added automatically. I think I have that. Use code completion for types. I have that. And I even have some other nicer stuff, shortcuts. You have many ways to refactor your code. Introduce a new variable. I have this also. What happened there? Okay. That's nuts. Yeah, I have that also. Our code inspection effort. I have that. I have a lot of snippets. I have that. I just print, honestly. Most of the time, printing does the job for me. Maybe I should use these breakpoints much more. But I just like I've debugged a lot of like complex stuff, and maybe printing is inefficient, but no, it's actually a good one. I like it. I like it. Just it's nice to see other stuff. That's why I'm watching. Obviously, I appreciate that you brought that up. Open your project, check the git history. I have a nice git stuff also. I'm I apologize if that came off the wrong way. I actually think it's a good idea that you brought it up. I'm always open to see how I can improve my workflow. So it was nice to check this out. And like obviously that was what got me to start using NeoVim in the first place. Keeping an open mind to see if there's a better way. Um, I mean I've used IntelliJ in the past, so I've used IntelliJ and Eclipse, so it's nice to always see what's out there that can help me get my work done better and more efficiently. Um, so I appreciate you for bringing it up. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. So I was trying to use this other approach, but I guess it's not really necessary, honestly. You know what? I'm just gonna gonna and are you using the Rust rover now? It actually looks very neat. And if it's written in Rust, then it's nicer to use that in than using VS Code maybe. Um, but I'm not sure it supports other stuff other than Rust. So item assert. This is only present when you're using an array. I'm actually thinking if I should use an expression here. You know what? I would like to do a quick experiment. So why don't you do macros? Let's call it experiment. Something. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was thinking it's in the type. So we've got yep. Type experiment 2. So why we do experiment experiment 1. And crazy. I just wanna try things out with lifetime generics and stuff like that. TU clone. Just yeah, let's do something crazy, and let's see. You were able to. Yeah, I mean, rationalizer does most of that's true. So there's no reason to switch to an ID if you're renewing most me. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, and also, I mean, it's just the user experience. For me, the part that wasn't very optimal for me, which I actually took for granted, and I just fixed with someone that was on the live stream. I believe that was Squall. It's from Vietnam. Was my nerd funds. I've been putting out doing that for a long time, and he actually pushed me to do it in one of the streams we had earlier this month, maybe 2 weeks ago, and that has significantly improved my dev experience. And I didn't think it would improve it drastically. Just having the fonts and icons and everything rendered properly, having my ligature, and I also switched from Alacrity to Western. Western is also written in Rust and it's got like GPU acceleration and everything. But in addition to that, it supports ligature, which Alacrity doesn't. And a lot of people have like people there's a long open issue on that, and I think people forked the repo and tried to do some stuff around it. But I wanted to use something that is generally better maintained. So that was why I okay. So I wouldn't have to do extra per person. And for expression, uh, experiment two. Um, just a smile and the way it's gone. Can hardly believe it, yeah. There's an angel calling next to me, reaching for my heart. Just a smile and it's no way gone. Can hardly believe it, yeah. There's an angel calling me, reaching for my heart. I know that I'll be okay. Let's sing. Let's do it. We're trying to do everything on the stream. Oh, I'm not with my guitar now because actually I'm traveling. I'm not home now, so I'm not with my guitar. We're gonna be doing streaming with piano, guitar, make music on this channel, do some other crazy stuff. Cause we're trying to conquer the world. Yeah. One thing I like to do is, you know, my streams, my channel mainly is focused on. I don't want to use like the word originality, but like I want it to be very close to my reality, how I work. When I'm working, I'm playing some music and like I'm singing sometimes. I'm carried away, and I don't want to cut out all those parts. Like I want to do silly stuff on stream and not have it too formal. I'm not a very formal person. Um, so that's what we're here for. uh, Holding on to yesterday for too long. Yeah, I need to tie it to some arguments. So let's do. We could probably use a phantom data ag1 phantom data. Yup. Yup. This time is real. I live my life on you. It's all I wanna do. Every time I breathe, I feel brand new. You open up my heart. Show me how your love will work right through. As I live a life on you. I was done in a complete place. Can hardly believe it. Yeah. Holding on to yesterday for too long. I know that I'll be okay. 'Cause this time is real. I live my life on you. It's all I wanna do. Every time I breathe, I feel brand new. You open up my heart. Show me all your love and walk right through. As I lay my life on you. I never knew this love would feel so good. Like a once in a lifetime, you changed my world. You must be doing a lot of karaoke. I'm doing my karaoke on the stream. I hope you don't mind the singing. Just let me know if you guys want me to just shut up, and I'm gonna shut up. But sometimes I'm gonna be carried away, so you have to remind me when to shut, when to shut the hell up. Yeah, one day I'm just gonna come. We're gonna do some karaoke, and after the karaoke, we do some streaming. You know, it's just life is too short to not have fun. I like having fun doing my work. I don't like taking life too seriously. Karaoke. I live my life on you. You make me feel brand new. Show me your love and walk right through. Oh yeah. As I live my life on you. As I live my life on you. I want that to fail, and it should fail, cause that shouldn't be an expression, right? Karaoke, and that is interesting. So it automatically invokes that. That's actually quite interesting. Can, can you take a closure? Let's say closure get num, and do. See, I like doing a lot of exploration, because that's the way you learn. You don't only take the happy path that you're aware of, you also try a bunch of stuff, and you just learn a lot more than if you just read a book. Karaoke D. KDD, that's the vibe. Keep singing. That is so karaoke. I swear that's what I'm gonna name my next stream. KDD. So it's gonna be like TDD, Nate, KDD, KDD, karaoke driven development. So if you just joining, we're just doing a little bit of experiment. So I'm really curious. Like, let's do um um what about we do 5 4 plus get num. Yeah, I was wondering, like, so that is actually quite interesting to me. So what we do get num as a closure, does that still runs? That is crazy. It is crazy. How about we put something here? I'll do get num, then let's return some. Wow. So this automatically, like, you don't need to pass in, you don't need to invoke it. But well, that's a nice discovery, and that's something you discover when you do a lot of like experimentation. But I'm actually quite happy, and that's kind of interesting. It is interesting. Leaders, leaders. Now that I found you, baby, I ain't gonna look no further. Now that I find you, I ain't gonna look no further. Oh, oh, it's so nice where you were, so nice. Hello, hello, girl. Mm. To make you feel alone. See, let's do that. Liar, liar, your hands on fire. You got nose as long as the. Isn't that an expression though? That to me looks like an expression, a valid expression. I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God, I cross my heart and hope to die. These are the songs we used to get out of situation. Then I wonder why we don't meet. Yeah, it's a valid expression. Good, 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 good. Yep. We're done with the experimentation. I'm happy with that. Before I start going crazy, so item assert actually rather than taking a leader. So I don't know if we've got it somewhere. Item assert. Let's see if I've got in one of these tests. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I need to go out a little bit more. Item assert. So we go to one of these tests. This is the way I'm using it, right? So let's go here, for example. So there are two ways you can assert. You can basically pass in, you can do assertion for the item, array item. You could do um so you could use something like this and do er and invoke it, or you could just pass on the function. So we go to er. This is it. And one thing I'm looking to do, so you can essentially, let's go to 10. What you could do also is here we go. Yeah. Basically, you could do item assert, and just inline the function. So currently, you would have to do this. I'm taking in like a string literal, something like this. But now I'm contemplating on removing the need to have this. So you could just have this. So what do you guys think? Do you generally prefer to wrap everything in quotes or without DS931? Let me know what you think about this. And if you feel like it's too long, you can basically have that in a function and just invoke it. And I'm also looking to so for the function, all you just need to do is pass in the identifier. But actually at this point now, I'm thinking of just supporting one. So rather than like saying you could do item assert and item assert function, it's basically that yeah, you can pass in the name of the function without invoking anything. But the advantage of item assert is you can imagine that if you have some kind of validation, so you can have like a function called validate user. Then it takes kind, and let's say you got in user kind, yeah, and this takes kind of user kind, and you do some stuff, and it actually does return that assertion that we are up here. So you take this and you return this, right? So the benefit of this is that if you're gonna be invoking this, you can share this amongst multiple functions and just say validate user. Oh, you could say oh, validate. So you can do validate user, like, so you can share and have different kind of implementation. That's the benefit of using assert. With assert function, I guess you could do the same thing, but you would have to create a separate function to do that, like an intermediate function. Man, I'm a Python backend developer. I know nothing about Rust macro system. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you don't really have to know anything about Rust my macro system. It's just like the API. So what got you interested in Rust or in my channel? I appreciate you for watching, and regardless, it means a lot. Namaste. It means a lot to me. It means so much to me, and it means so much to me that you're right here watching my videos, and it means so much to me. It means so much. It means so much to me. So we'll go back. Let's zoom into derive. It seems like it scopes everything nicely. Perfect. I love that. Anyway, so we can close that and save that. Start tackling the issue one by one. Let's go over these. Attribute relate. Everything looks good. Let me go over everything, because I would like us to finish this today. Possibly. Let's close that. Everything looks good here. Let me put an extra example. You could even have something like an idea came to mind. Yeah, but we wouldn't be able to guess any concrete type. It wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense. A fragile heart was broken before, and I don't think. I keep noticing Rust getting into Python ecosystem. I'm just trying to discover it a bit. Oh yeah, that's true. Even this new Python stuff is written in Rust. I believe Rough. It's called Rough, right? It's a Python linter, like PyLint and stuff like that. Rust is everywhere, so it's good that you're digging into it. It's good. I hope you know. I hope you know. something like this. Why did you play with mama? Why did you play with mama? Maybe we'll be together. So this compiles, looks good. Let's just we can discard this in the meantime. Maybe you try and then normalize with suffix meta and use wrap up pattern for normalize field and info meta. Yeah, it's blazing fast. Yeah, I'm trying to also contribute to the ecosystem a lot, but I'm focusing on Rust ecosystem, and maybe I could write some tools for TypeScript, but writing tools for TypeScript and Python is contributing to degeneracy. I'm just kidding, because I feel like, I mean, you still have a lot of system written in Python. Python will probably be used in centuries to come. Even if we stop using Python today in new projects, Python, Java, JavaScript will be used for like eternity. Um, but Rust is the deal. So actually, I'm looking. So permission, for example, I'm actually looking to take for like to take an expression here rather than a literal string, because that also saves us. So now I'm having to parse this literal string now, right? I'm having to parse it into a token stream. I Shive all Ganteng. How's it going? What's good? How you doing today? I appreciate you for joining this stream. Um, so we're basically just parsing it, and we could circumvent this step. I mean, the advantage of this is that then it's wrapped in string, and maybe some of you prefer to have everything in string. Otherwise, we could just take the writing. Yeah, it's such a pain in the ass. I've been using Python. Python is like my first love, but now I have like love-hate relationship with it. Um, so permission, function name. Um, let's see one of the examples. One place where I'm using that. Permissions. Okay, so this is how I'm using it. I'm basically passing an expression to it. So I also have like permission functions. Alright. So guys, please let me know what you think. Would you rather between these two? Like just think about this. Between these, like it's a very subtle difference between this and even this. What would you rather have? Would you rather have this or this? Or would you rather have this or this? Like the difference is just having the codes. Let me know what you think. So DS931, you might be able to like give an opinion in that, because it's just like a preference kind of stuff. You don't need to really care about the implementation detail. Um, so let's see how we're using the permission from value with these, and if it's literal, we take it with a span. Then we have permission functions. which can also be that. Another thing I'm looking is, do you guys really care about something like this? Permissions. What was that just now? Okay, yeah. Sorry, permissions. So, what do you think? Oh, yeah. Because I'm actually thinking of supporting one or the other and not both. So, this. So something like this. Rather than supporting permissions, like, so these two are like equivalent. These two are the same. Rather than supporting both, should we just support one? Like, you do this or this rather than supporting both? I don't know. It would be less work for us, and also it's gonna reduce the API surface, which can be a good thing. There'll be one way to do something, and this basically covers every scenario. But anyway, I'm just gonna leave that out. So right now I'm taking a path for the permission function. That makes sense, but we would as well take, yeah, I think a path actually makes more sense here. But it's still requiring that, okay, from string, from value, and that's the most important actually. From value. Yeah, that's my thought also. There should be one way to do it so it doesn't get confusing, and I want to be sure that it actually does support. So from string, more than what is all I have to do to make you here, and you would. Cause I already know. So expression works. What would you say? Just by saying I love you, what would you say? And we might actually be able to support both ways, but yeah. More than what is all I have to do to sing. I love just by saying I love you. Forever. Just don't realize you've never been there. It's only your first time. Each time I try, I just break and cry. Yeah, I think I want to actually give the option for you to use the quote or not. I don't know. Giving too much option is probably not good, not a good thing. Yeah, but it's easy to remove it. So I'm not gonna do it in this PR. It's very easy to take it off. Um, I would encourage an approach, and in the future, I'm just gonna take it all out. Cause yeah, I do definitely agree with you that it's not a good idea um to do that. Oh my god. Oh my god. We haven't the experiment. Okay, yeah. So let's do experiment 3. We never tried 3. Yeah, we did actually experiment 3. Okay, I think taking an expression is probably the best idea. So let's, yeah, we're taking a path. That's fine. Um, yeah, we're taking an expression. That's good. So if we take an expression, I think it should actually alleviate some of our pain. So we go here, for example, we are informations to this takes literal. Let this pass. It shouldn't pass. So my personalizer is messing up. So the nice thing about this is we could just pass in. We don't need to do this extra parsing. If we enforce the user taking that in. 1 second. I'm checking something real quick. I need to read the message real quick. just take the expression directly and call that. If we're really expecting an expression, then we could just do yeah, I see why I might have decided on that. When you're gonna say none, so there are multiple options. It could be full none. Those are gonna be, they don't have to be wrapped. So anyway, if you get an expression, and a string is an expression anyway, so here, let's say if it's literal, we could no, we're not taking a path. I think if it's anything else, we just say right, because this expects an expression now. Foreign type. Did I import something? Oh yeah, I see. You know what? Rather than actually doing that, let's make this more idiomatic. So we could implement two tokens. Yep, that is better. So we can, let's see what we're using this for. Example, in that case we would just be able to do like this, something like this. So we'll be able to do that. So essentially it's doing the same thing as we are, but in a nicer, more idiomatic way. So basically we're getting the permission out of this. If it's full, we pass that in. If it's this, we just pass that to raw. That looks good. In that case, we can tokens dot extend permissions. Looks good. And from meta, from literal, we can basically just use this. Yep. good. We do the same thing for permission function, right? We're gonna implement two tokens for that. Yep. So we do the same thing here. So it's more idiomatic. Token. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm gonna shut the. I'm gonna shut the. No, a little bit. Is it better? Yeah, I'm in a kind of like tropical temperate forest. It's very lush here. There are a lot of vegetation, so you would expect a lot of birds and animals around. Yep, yep. From string, from value, from. Yep. Or I think we might be able to do that also. I'll just return a result, take the path, gives us path, and these basically just reuses that. That's okay, we can remove some of those later. But yep, looks good. What I could have done actually, it's okay. Refactor, improve permissions, take expressions, directory, but also support literals. I'm looking to remove the support for like literal disable. Let's see. Yep, that looks good. Let's show that my ID isn't messing up. Okay, looks good to me. Field casing. Let's go. Where are we using this? Uncased. So when it's uncased, we take the uncased name, uncasing, so that we can convert it. But when it's cased, explicit field casing undefined. Field casing is defined or inferred. You know what I'm actually thinking? This could probably be improved. What if we do field casing? I would do cased. Yeah, let's experiment with that. Field ident. I believe I have that somewhere. Let's just say string or ident. I'm looking at possibility of improving the field ident and field ident and uncased field ident. Let's see how we're using this. I think this will still be better because when you convert that, you sort of still get like the enum. Oh yeah, I'm just traveling actually. I'm just traveling here. I'm just traveling everywhere. So I'm on the west coast. I'm on the west coast of the United States. It's quite lush here. but I'm only here for like a few, just a couple of weeks and stuff. Um, okay. Yeah, I think the problem with this is when we convert in between, we're still gonna be getting the enum, so it's gonna be less optimal from that perspective. Um, so when it's case, we get the ident, and we can go from okay, looks okay to me. I just want to make sure we go through everything today and we fix it. Um, yep. Let's now go through generics and see what we can improve here. Um, yep. So new view generics meta pass. So rather than doing all this stuff, right? And field generics meta, I think it might serve us better to just pass in the. Let's see where we're using this first. Are we even doing that? No. That's weird. Okay. Anyway, table attribute. What about you, DS931? Are you in the United States? Table derive attribute. Okay. Few generics. I think this might actually be better to go straight to the field implementation. So we can do strip bounds from generics. What are using all these functions? Custom generics. What else? Oh, Oslo, that's cool. You know, I'm actually planning it. I'm planning, and it's very possible. I might be in Oslo. For two reasons. I've got a friend in Oslo, and I'm also looking to at the potential of interviewing Jon Jensen, who is, I believe, in Oslo at the moment. So next month it's still tentative, because next month I'm gonna be in the Nordics. So I might be in Oslo. I was actually meant to be in Oslo in November, but I was really sick. I was traveling, but I got really really sick, so I just thought it wasn't a good idea to travel down there. Um, so let's do extract. Bam, 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 bam. Let's see how we're using this. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Odd lifetime if not exist. Yeah, it makes sense to separate these because. Oh, is it that bad? Can it be that bad as it is here? So right in Portland, it's really The snow is kind of like messy. It's been messy for a few days now, and in Canada, I think it's been like minus 45, 6, 7, minus 50 the last week, and I mean, in the Nordics also, Sweden, Finland, and Estonia, it was also kind of like bad in November, and I think December also, but I don't know about now if it's going better. So add lifetime, okay. Yeah, I think it's probably better to keep this implementation separate. So we're taking the struct, generate struct ident name. Instead, we can just take the table attributes, and from that we get struct generics. Excuse me. Struct generics. Table attribute struct generics split. I'll just do this. Take the whole thing. Oh, what does it take? Oh, I see. It takes the table definition straight away now. That's fine. But why are we taking the whole thing when we only need? Oh, I see. Struct as path. Hmm. 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 Struct as path. Why not type though? Why not path? Whatever. Okay, that way we can take away these. We can take away that. What about field type? Okay. There's no snow snowpocalypse. That's the way to put it. I actually don't mind the snow. So when it's snowing heavily, I don't mind staying indoors or outdoors. But when it's like really mushy, slippery, dark, gloomy, I don't mind that actually either. Especially when I'm staying indoors most of the time. I don't mind it. I generally, I think a lot of people don't like the winter and stuff. I really don't mind it. I wouldn't say it's would it be my best season? I'm not sure, but it doesn't really bother me as much. I think, or maybe it does. I just haven't discovered that yet. Field extractor. Oh, +5. It's gonna be worse then. Maybe it's gonna be a little bit worse. Worse. Field type. And field type is derived from Yeah, this makes the implementation a little bit scattered and even though we're dealing with the generics, couldn't we, like, what if we try to do something like, it's nice to have this generics implementation. You can initialize it, you need a field type and this. But would it make sense? What if we experiment with this and do implement field, my field receiver, new generics? Does that even make sense? New field generics. I'm doing a little bit of experimentation. I don't like using VS Copilot suggestion because it can actually cost you a lot of stuff down the lane, except when it's very like obvious. So here we're taking field type. How do we get field type? First field type load. Can do field type. Save that. Replace with concrete type. Yeah, then we can do table def. Table attribute. Yep. So we can pretty much take that. Okay, expect your reference, add the reference. That gives us the type, and we have this generic extractor which takes the struct generics, and we can get a struct generics by basically checking the table attributes and doing that. So pretty much we can inline that here. Take that off, we don't need that anymore. So this probably expects a reference, so we had it. We can remove that, and yeah, this part is kind of interesting, and actually we could just, we don't need to assign it to any variable. Yep, so we create that, we pass in the table generics. Wouldn't this be better? So we can do, but then or could it just be get generics meta rather than saying new generics? Because get meta. So are we using that? Extract generics method for field. Yeah, let's just put it here. it gives us the imp. But this is from the type itself. We can also do the same thing for link. So let's just comment this out for now. Or maybe we just remove it, honestly. Let's just remove this. Yeah, it's really good for boilerplate. Oh yeah. Actually, I have a boilerplate project that I am working on. So this can I think we don't even as generics. I'm not sure this is because we should also probably check type. I'm not using my earphone. I could probably just take it off. So this would have better take strip bounds. So this is a generic generics stuff, which probably makes sense to keep as a separate implementation detail, so you can do like few generics. This is like just a generic stuff. Struct generics and field generics. Okay. So let's do structs generics generics. ADT or ADI. Hi, what's good? How you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate you for joining. Where are you chatting from? Have you been on the stream before? I'm not sure. Apologies if I forget that. So construct replacement segments. Where were we using this previously? Okay. Oh yeah, I see. We're using this to kind of this is Rust. Have you ever heard of Rust? The full language name is called Rustland. Yeah, thanks DS931. You could be my moderator now, you know. I appreciate that. So basically reconstructing the struct as a type to include the generics type. I mean the current struct. I think I have implemented an alternative path for this, so probably could take this off. Yep. Okay. Extract generics from complex type. Probably fine to mutate. Where are we using this? Okay, now. So yeah, I see. I was planning to move all this helper method. Let's take them to. Oh, these are types. Custom types would make sense. So we could have custom type. What module is this? Type Rust. Okay. Rather than having this on that, we could probably have it on custom type and strip generate from type bound. What else have we got? That's a generic stuff that could be used anywhere. Replace lifetime with underscore, that's generic. Replace self, that is generic. Get few generic meta. Um, this seems to me like uh get um that is interesting. Get generics meta. Okay, I see. I see. So this should be specific to field, and I think might make more sense to move it there, because basically what we're trying to do is, let's imagine you've got a struct like this. Struct user. Give me 1 second. Is this a language? Who is this language? I'm not listed. Oh, you're a beginner. Yeah, that's fine. Uh, uh, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Real soon. Um, uh, she made everything that used to seem so big seems so small since you left. And then you swing, not really good for me. I'm back, guys. I'm back. Actually, yep, yep, yep. Yeah. So, as we were saying, I was trying to explain why that makes sense. So think about if you've got like lifetime generics, you've got something like this, a tu, like you've got something like this. When you have generics, that reminds me, I need to implement tuple for one of the field. Oh, what? If you've got something like this, right? We wanna. I've not actually implemented for tuple and array. KDD. I didn't know I was already unmuted when I was singing. KDD. Karaoke driven development. Oh my god. So basically, what I'm trying to do essentially, yeah, you can imagine one of these field, the fields generics. Maybe we should implement this first, and we have a bunch of get. We're gonna come back to that, but you can imagine. Let's say we've got phantom one, basically field, different fields, and this uses just maybe this uses two, but this uses just one. Essentially, your you can imagine this could have like something like clone. What you want to do, what I'm trying to do, is to get every associated metadata that this field might need. So if this is phantom one, then I'm interested in having both T and having T clone and whatever else. In some cases, maybe you could have something like this. Then I would be interested in, well, I'll be interested in this also. So that's what that is about. I should probably comment that on it. So uh, we go to field type of field generics meta. So say get generics for a field. But I can also see why I actually add that there. So we're using cell for get generics meta get struct field get field type generics meta. And actually maybe I could take for link, but the reason I'm trying to avoid that is that could be option. But anyway, are we using self here? Okay, field extractor. um, Generic extractor takes that and extracts for type. You know what we could actually do? Yeah, we could just take in. I wonder if this is actually gonna work. If we do implement into type, or maybe into complex type and custom type. think I should probably just so generics extractor should actually be field but I don't want to confuse that, because the reason why we have that is when you have a definition like you have struct user, you could actually have generics from two places, and I need to specifically define and differentiate those. That is when you have a definition. So you could have something like, let's say you've got like wherever your students blam blam. If this links to student table, it's probably gonna be like link many, or it could be link one or whatever. But you can also have like in this case we will be referring to this yeah, but they're both types. So I think this should actually be on custom type. So we can say extract. Do we have like type? Yeah. So we can do extract generics. I'm actually starting to rethink this also. Rather than taking struct generics, I mean I could have that there, but really we could just take table. Mm. Hmm. Yeah, I think that actually makes sense. If it's link, we just use the link um, type expression. Um, yeah, view type. Hmm. Okay. Generics over there. Let me see. I'm trying to think something through. Shipping relation. This and this, I think, is mm. this shouldn't be optional, right? Why did I even make it optional in the first place? Why is this called connection model? Yeah, I think connection string. No, just a connection. Gotta go. Was glad to finally get up to stream on your stream. Great day. I appreciate that. DS931, thanks for joining. My subscriber from Oslo. It means a lot to me that you joined. I hope you have a wonderful night. The name SE. What's this? Yeah, if that isn't optional anymore. I mean, it depends. This is probably use this for one of these. No, I'm not gonna remove it because we need both. Yeah. You need to add both. I'm pretty sure we could actually do without it. Yeah, we definitely can. However, the inner is, can we get the I'm thinking about the possibility of getting the direction at compile time. Can we, I mean, it's kind of nice to have that there, to be honest. But let's see. Whatever. I think we should just use this list. I'm just gonna come here. I'll put it to do. If it is better, we can and should allow only the connection model to be specified. If we can infer the connection myself to leave this. To remove sub use long. Let's use long. If we don't need to oh, so oh my god, I feel like I need some sleep. Yep. As I say, with with solve without solve. Carlos Malky, what's up, bro? Why are you coding? What's good? Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate that. Where are you chatting from? I'm coding Rust and I'm writing a database tooling. You can think of it as an ORM, a query parser, basically static checker for raw queries. An ORM, it has a migration tooling, and also it's also a query builder. So it has a lot of functionalities, and it's written in Rust. So I'm using something called procedural macros, or like metaprogramming to enable a lot of functionalities. Basically, I'm not sure if you're into metaprogramming or if you've heard about it. It's You can think of it as code generator on steroid. It's code generation fundamentally, but it's not exactly the same as you know having to or yeah, you can think of it as code generation at compile time or static code generation. So you don't have to run some kind of CLI to do it. That's basically what it is. And typically when you're working with it, you have to parse, do a lot of parsing, um, taking the Rust code basically or your own custom code and parsing that into an abstract syntax tree. So you can think of an abstract syntax tree as a code representation of your code. Like, so you can represent, for example, a function in an abstract syntax tree, like using a struct, or you're using JavaScript. You can think of it as representing your code as like an interface. So mm, that's the way you can some model you can use to think about that. Dot, 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 dot. When you're looking like that now. Okay. Oh, that's cool. So, where are you studying? You like coding live or you like watching? Um, that is cool, cool. So, what's your major in software engineering and your area of interest? I knew I love you when you never know. Darling, just you and me. Till we green old. Refer to her matter. Look how we done. Darling, just you and me. Till we green old. Say you were my girl. I won't implement. I'm not gonna implement dref by default. Just gonna keep it this way. I might have to delegate to tokens. So, or tokens for no actually custom type custom. Um, I think that you should get some rest. Strip bounds from. So rather than, I could basically strip bound from generics. Let me see if it's used elsewhere. Strip bound from generics. Replace lifetime underscore. Replace with concrete type. I'm thinking if this should be from self allowed. Yeah, maybe. So we do implement so I messed up. I should have generically replaced everything. So actually these we could do something like to no type no self. Yep. So we have a kind of like converter. 739. We're actually trying to get a type because where we using that? Yep, but actually Intuina doesn't give us type. Or maybe we can just do to type. So that would just be true. That's fine. To basic type. Let's call it to basic type. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Yep. So I'm thinking of taking a little nap. As you can see, I'm feeling sleepy because I've not been sleeping. Hmm. Yep. Um. I'm gonna nap a little bit and continue later. I feel a little bit sleepy. I didn't really sleep last night. So guys, thanks for joining. I appreciate. I'll be back soon. I just need to shut my eyes and rest my brain a little bit, and so I can be more productive. And see you guys soon. I appreciate you. Thanks. See you.